BookTube. Today continues my 2020 library tour. Today we are doing the second shelf of the literary, general, and realistic fiction. The shelf right there. So let's get started. First up is Mysterious Skin by Scott Heim. This is a 94-95 release. It's Scott Heim's debut. He wrote it for his MFA, and I have had it since high school. I remember when I was in high school, I printed off a list of gay books, and this book was on the list, and I was at Barnes & Noble and saw it and picked it up, or my mom picked it up for me. And I read it when I was a senior in high school, and then I reread it this year, and it's a very hard book. And definitely on a reread, I kind of detected a lot of the debut novelist issues and stuff. But still, yeah. And next is a classic of gay literature, Dancer from the Dance by Andrew Holleran. I think I picked this up around the same time I picked up Mysterious Skin. Late high school. Although I think I didn't actually read it until I was in college. And it's quite a good book. And now we have the complete oeuvre of Alan Hollinghurst. The Swimming Pool Library, which I picked up at a used bookstore in San Francisco, which was one of the nice things about Portland and San Francisco is you can go walking and you'll probably run into a bookstore or a used bookstore, although I don't think that's necessarily true nowadays, but definitely in the mid-aughts you could be walking and run into a random used bookstore. Next is The Folding Star. This one I think I picked up in San Francisco. I'm pretty sure. His second novel. I've read The Swimming Pool Library and quite liked it. I need to have another go at The Folding Star. The first Alan Hollinghurst novel I ever actually owned is The Spell, which I picked up again senior in high school, and it wasn't until college that I actually finished it. I read it at one point and failed, but I came back to it and quite enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've read it, and obviously I'm planning on coming back to it in March of next year. And then the next book I have is The Line of Beauty, which won the Man Booker in 2004. So I'm pretty sure I picked this one up at Book People, but I don't see the Book People sticker on it. So I'm kind of weirded out by that. Because I'm pretty sure I picked this up from Book People. Because I would have been in Austin at the time. But anyway. And next we have The Stranger's Child, which I picked up a year or so ago. And this one was a used copy. It has the annoying sticker right there. At least it's not on the cover. Because sometimes they put it on the cover and that's annoying. And I picked it up from a Libris. And The Sparsholt Affair, which I picked up, obviously it was in my last book haul. And this one is from Powell's. And I read it relatively early when it came out and didn't quite get on with it, but as is typical with me and Alan Hollinghurst's work, it usually takes me a reading attempt or two before I get into it and actually decide I like it. And next is Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jedrzejewski. Recent release this year. and made Steve Donohue's top 10 debut fiction list. Quite looking forward to getting to it. And now we begin with, and now we have some Yasunari Kawabata. The Master of Go, which I read earlier this year and I've had for a while. It's about a famous Go match between a retiring Go master and a younger challenger. And it is just an amazing book. And then there's The Sound in the Mountain, which I think, I don't think I read this one. Beauty and Sadness. I think I read Beauty and The Sound of the Mountain. I've read that one. The House of the Sleeping Beauties. The Old Capital, which I've read. And the first Kawabata I ever owned, 1,000 Cranes, which I picked up from Barnes & Noble when I was in late high school. Probably junior or senior. And then we have The Answers by Catherine Lacey, which was in my last book haul. I picked it up from Powell's. And then we have The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri, which I picked up for my America 20 project. And Crooked Little Heart by Anne Lamott, which I picked up for my America 20 project. And I've spoken quite a bit about this book already, so yeah. Unfortunately, I have tried it twice and have not gotten on with it, so anywho. So it should be this one. Next is the collected stories of David Levitt, or at least the collected stories as of the early 2000s. This includes A Place I've Never Been, which is a collection I've previously owned and quite enjoyed, which is why I picked this book up relatively after it came out from Book People, but I'd gotten rid of it and have since picked this copy up. And looking forward to having a go at it. And then there is The Surrendered by Changra Lee, which I picked up for the America 20 project. And Colin McInnes's London novels. This is an omnibus edition including Absolute Beginners, City of Spades, and Mr. Love and Justice. I picked this up largely because I've had this weird obsession with this book with Absolute Beginners for a few years. I first watched the film adaptation starring David Bowie on TCM, probably about 10 years or more ago, and really was blown away by it. It's a musical set in sort of the 50s, and it's very sort of stylistic, and I was really drawn to it. And I absolutely love the song Absolute Beginners, and so that got me wanting to read the novel. So I interlibrary loan a version of this book and decided to just go ahead and buy it. And I'm thinking I picked this up from a Libris, but not one of the usuals, because otherwise it would have had a sticker on it. Next is The Great Believers by Rebecca Makkai. I picked this up from Fabled. It's a recently opened independent bookstore in Waco, Texas. And I picked this up for the America 20 project. Next is And Their Children After Them by Nicolas Mathieu. This is a French novel that won the Prix Goncourt I think that's what it says. Or Goncourt. Um, it was Steve Donahue's highly recommended it. I think it's rather highly placed in his 2020 translated fiction list. Although I'm surprised he has not raged about all the tobacco use on the cover. I think only, and that's because you can't really see any. I think only this character right here is not, or does not have a cigarette in her hand. The two male characters and this girl here all have cigarettes, and I'm rather surprised Steve Donahue has not ranted about that. And since if you watch his channel, he will usually rant about tobacco use and raging tobacco addicts. Anyway, next is The Lesser Bohemians by Eimear McBride, which I picked up a few months ago because the book sounded very interesting, and I was really interested in reading Eimear McBride's work, and Steve Donahue also had recommended it in a video, although I picked this up before he recommended it in a video. And I read it, and I didn't quite get on with it, but obviously I do want to have another go at it. And finally, for this section, Charming Billy by Alice McDermott. It is the winner of the National Book Award for 1998 or 1999. And I read this book in 2017 and really liked it. It's about Billy Lynch, who has this way about him where he can charm everyone, and it's about his life and his ultimately tragic death due to alcoholism. And I'm currently rereading it, so I will be talking a bit about this on, well, tomorrow, because tomorrow is weekly reads. Anyway, BookTube, that was shelf 2 of the literary, realistic, and general fiction shelves. So I think I will be right back with the Yoko Bokoflod PDX tag, because I'm pretty sure I'll have enough time for that. So yeah. Anyway, I'll go ahead and sign off for now. Thank you, BookTube. Have a great afternoon, and please stay safe.